Welcome back, beautiful souls, to our ninth episode of Spirituality with Kayun. Since the year is coming to an end, today I want to talk about the art of letting go and how to release what no longer serves us. Last week, I shared with you the power of the breath and the importance of mindful breathing. Actually, each time we exhale, we let go of not only carbon dioxide, but we can also release negative energy and blockages. Sitting at my cubicle, daydreaming once again about what my life could be and how I could live the life I love, I started thinking about the glass of water story that one of the swamis, the teachers, taught during a spiritual discourse. Just like me and everyone else in the class, you're probably thinking about the half empty or half full glass question. Instead, he asked us how heavy we thought the glass of water was. He continued and said that the actual weight didn't matter, but rather what mattered was the amount of time the glass was held for. Surely, if we held the glass for a few seconds or even a couple of minutes, it's not a problem. However, if we hold for longer, say an hour, a few hours, a whole day, then it becomes an issue. Our arm will go numb. We will have severe muscle stress and, in some extreme cases, even possible paralysis. And then Swamiji told us that the only way to get rid of the pain is to put the glass down. The stress, the worries, the tension in our lives are like this glass of water. You think about them for a while and nothing happens. Think about them a bit longer and they begin to hurt. And if we think about them all day long, they'll consume all our time. We will even feel paralyzed, incapable of doing anything. As I was running my daily reports and sending them out to clients, I started contemplating what was in my glass. What do I need to let go of? What did I not want to carry with me into another year? My stress, my worries, my fear, my anger, my pain, my insecurities, my huge ego, my negative energy, my discontentment with my job or even career, my need to control everything, my need to be perfect. The list goes on. I realized that I wasn't moving anywhere because I was stuck with all these belongings, stuck with all these baggages on all levels, physical, mental, energetic, emotional, and more. It was draining me. But how to let go was the question. It's obviously much easier said than done. Nobody said letting go is easy, but if we think a little deeper, sometimes holding on is even harder. Because I had a strong fear of the unknown, I would always stay in my comfort zone and keep things as they were, despite the fact that the situation was toxic or unhealthy. And even today, though much less, this fear arises from time to time, and I find myself once again holding on rather than letting go. The teachings of yoga has helped me tremendously, whether it's releasing what I don't need while I'm on the mats, letting go of all negative thoughts in my mind while I'm meditating, chanting away obstacles and impurities on my path, breathing out stress and tension, or simply just understanding the concept of impermanence and the importance of being present. When we can learn to let go, we feel much better, lighter, happier, more positive, and free. Letting go is fundamentally just two words, but these two words can mean something different for everyone. There's so many ways to let go, right? It could mean to relax the entire body in a yoga practice, especially during final relaxation. It can mean to allow the mind to do as it please, letting go of all control. It could also mean letting go of all thoughts on the mind. In Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, which is a very important yogic scripture, he taught us in the second verse, Yoga Chitta Riti Nirodha, that yoga is the cessation of the fluctuations in the mind. A few weeks ago, I shared with you the concept of aparigraha in episode 6, being grateful for what is. Aparigraha means non-hoarding or non-attachment on a physical level usually. But beyond our possessions, we can also apply this concept on a mental level, letting go of all our attachments, our attachment to our sense of identity, our desires, our thoughts, our beliefs that prevent us from moving forward. The practice of yoga isn't always about obtaining something. When Buddha was asked what he gained from his meditation, he replied, "Nothing at all. However, let me tell you what I've lost. Sickness, anger, depression, insecurities, the burden of old age, the fear of death. That is the good of meditation, which leads to freedom." Often we hear yoga teachers talk about being present in a class. Not being able to let go is a sign that we are living in the past. The past is history. We do not heal the past by dwelling there. We heal the past by living fully in the present as it is the only moment that is real. Holding on is believing that there's only a past, while letting go is knowing that there's a future. When we let go, we make space for new opportunities, things, and people to come our way. Over the years, I started to understand the teachings of impermanence more and more. Everything in this material world is temporary. Nothing lasts. All things, including us, has a beginning, middle, and an end. Objects break. People come and go. Relationships fail. We lose our possessions. Positions and identities change all the time. All living beings, humans, animals, plant life, will leave this world one day. Everything is impermanent and will eventually cease to exist. Change is the only thing that is constant. And though impermanence is a fact of life, we often struggle to accept it. And the reason to this is because we are afraid of death, afraid of losing our loved ones, afraid of losing everything that we've accumulated, afraid of losing the empire that we've built, afraid of the unknown. If we can't accept this inescapable and painful fact, we will suffer. Yoga is about realizing that we are part of something much bigger than our skin, bones, flesh, senses, desires, thoughts, mind. Ultimately, yoga teaches us that we are all eternal souls and that we are all one. Even when we leave our material body one day, we are still connected deeply on a spiritual level. But due to our ignorance, we have forgotten our true nature and we look outside ourselves for the support we crave. Whenever we feel disconnected, we search and cling on to things in the external world that gives us only short-term happiness. But what we're looking for is actually found within. Yoga is an inward journey. Meditation can help us turn within and feel more connected to the eternal self. When we can fully appreciate this simple yet profound truth of impermanence, we'll have real peace, understanding, and letting go will be easier. When we talk about letting go, usually we think of releasing negativity. However, if we dive deeper into the teachings, we need to learn that letting go of positive things, positive situations, happy events in our lives is just as important. As all things in this world is temporary, and what gives us pleasure one day will eventually bring us pain when we lose it, or when that thing or person no longer gives us satisfaction, or when our expectations are no longer met. When that happens, we feel pain. So what do? We can enjoy all these great things, positive feelings, happy relationships, but we need to stay unattached because one day, all of these things shall pass too. When it's time to let go, we shouldn't feel lost or shaken if we have a strong spiritual foundation that has been developed through our sadhana, our spiritual practice. One of the oldest yoga aphorism is die every moment so you can be reborn every moment. And die every moment to the past. Throw away all the dust that you've collected and look afresh. But this has to be done continuously because next moment the dust has gathered again. As I lie down in Shavasana, also known as corpse pose or final relaxation posture, I practice letting go of what was, accepting what is, and having faith in what will be. Interestingly, this posture symbolizes the cycle of birth, existence, death, and rebirth. Surely, this pose teaches me every time how to release in order for healing and transformation to occur. I am reminded to release blockages in my body and mind and to keep an open heart. Understanding the importance of dying in spiritual living, I let go and I let myself die in this resting posture. And in the process of letting go, I find myself again. Upon hearing the sound, I wake up. I stretch my body and curl myself into a ball and roll over to the right side like a baby. Gently rising back up, I open my eyes, feeling blissful. I am newly born into this vibrant world once again. Thank you all for listening. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please do reach out to me. I'm always happy to hear from you. You can find me on Instagram, KYun_. Have a great morning or evening wherever you are. The lights within me bow to the divine lights within you. Namaste, everyone.